All right, y'all. Back at it, man. Y'all already know. So check this out, right? I gotta show y'all a couple of these clips. Now, man, I swear it's like they touching every single thing. I don't know if it's true, and I've talked about it with somebody, and he said they've even heard things in the background of these rain sounds on YouTube, but he thought it was just people who are actually recording the rain, and you can hear like stuff going on at their house or people talking because it's like actual people who are recording the rain and then, editing it so it sounds more full so they can post it on YouTube for when people is asleep and it actually sounds like rain. So I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all decide because these clips is crazy and people have been talking about this all over TikTok. Like they putting curses in the rain sounds while you sleep.
What the fuck you mean they putting curses in the rain sounds while you're sleeping? What are you talking about? I play rain sounds to go to sleep. What do you mean 2 to 3 hours in they're putting whispers and some demonic shit in our rain sounds, bro? Yeah, he's freaking out because literally we was just...
be playing that for me.
Oh my gosh.
So look, I got more people talking about this. Check this out. This is actually crazy.
So a guy posted a video yesterday about how they're cursing rain sounds, and it blew up, and people in the comments like, yeah, right. I have a story for you guys. I was listening to those rain sounds for like 2 years, and I was having demonic nightmares every night almost, and like crazy nightmares, like you don't even want to know. And one night I was literally praying, and I was like, God, please, like I don't want to have a scary nightmare tonight. Like help me. What is it? Why? Like make it stop, basically. And as soon as I prayed that, not even joking, my phone was on the ground on the side of my bed because I like threw it to the ground before I went to bed so that I wouldn't go on it. Anyway, I was still playing the music. I had the rain sounds on, and all of a sudden the rain sounds stop and Yeshua by Jesus Image comes on, which is a worship song. And and it was right after I ended the prayer, and I was like, I literally lay there, I was like, and I looked down and the song was skipped and the song wasn't over. And the thing is, I was listening to the same playlist for years, and it was like 10 hours worth of rain sounds and like sleeping music. And whenever it changed, God spoke to me and he said, it's those rain sounds you were listening to, my daughter. And I was like, and I made a video about this. But guys, Lucifer was the king of music in heaven. It's a real thing on sounds and stuff we listen to. We have to protect our ear gates, even if it doesn't sound demonic, like rain sounds. Like, that is not of God, though. What does it do? What is it adding to you? Nothing. It signifies heaviness, storms, trials. And here's the thing. If you play scripture or worship music, like now I listen to gentle instrumental worship every night to sleep, and I've not had any demonic nightmares. And I also will play the Bible, the audio Bible, while I sleep. Because think about it, your spirit is, whatever you're sleeping with, your spirit is feasting on it. Your spirit is retaining from it. Your spirit is sitting with that sound, because your spirit does not sleep. Your flesh and your body sleeps, but your spirit is still retaining. So you can actually feed your spirit with the word or with worship. But if you're listening to like white noise or like rain sounds or whatever, I mean, yeah, Lucifer can put anything in a sound. There's certain frequencies, like, it's all deeper than we realize. Everything is spiritual. It says that we do not fight against flesh and blood, but of the spiritual authority behind this world. And that is why you can feel a difference when you listen to worship rather worldly music, because it's a real thing. And you are very vulnerable at night. While you're sleeping, you're in your most vulnerable state. Like, demons are out at night. They call it the darkness of the night for a reason. Like, it's demonic. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., they all come because they want to mess with you while you're sleeping, and you're vulnerable. Pray over your sleep. Pray when you go to sleep. Listen to worship. Like, you have to protect your spirit, especially if you're a Christian, because the devil hates you. He's out to what? Kill, steal, and destroy you. So, if you listen to noise at night and you can't sleep, you're having nightmares, like, ask God about it. He'll tell you. Because, I mean, he told me. The second I prayed, he was ready to give me that answer. Because he probably sees us struggling, but you have to go to him and ask. We have free will. And until you ask him, like, yeah, he can speak to you, but ask him. Ask the Holy Spirit. He'll give you your answer. It says, ask and you shall receive. Sometimes he's waiting on us. Okay? So here's your sign to take a second and think about, what do I listen to? What do I put in my ear gates? What do I sleep with? Because it's real.
Real quick, I mean, she's right, because you know what I used to do, and I'm guilty of listening to rain sounds as well. It's because sometimes once you start doing it too much, or you listen to ASMR before you go to sleep, it's almost like with anything else. You're giving your brain, it's almost like, you know, you're training your mind to only go to sleep with like a pleasing sound to you. Those ASMR videos, the rain videos. I don't know if it's like you're a constant release of like dopamine, or if it just like makes you feel calm, because most people like to listen to rain because it makes them feel calm. But it is, at the same time, rain does represent like a storm. It represents heaviness, is why it's called heavy rain. It comes with thunderstorms. So you can look at it both ways, that all types of rain weather is also just nature. It's the natural beauty of the universe, of this earth. It's to cleanse the earth. So it's not necessarily something that is negative, but at the same time, man, somebody said, bro, why the devil gotta ruin everything? Nah, that's real. Like, that is a very good way to tap into, the subconscious of people. Now you already have to deal with, spiritual portals being opened by the things that you do, you know, rather it's drugs, corn, or all kind of different stuff. And now you got to be watchful of just going. And now this type of stuff making you be watchful on what you go to sleep and listen to, because I used to go to sleep listening to sermons as well. Like when I first found out about Pastor Darby, that's all I used to do in order to soak up knowledge. I used to play his sermons every single night going to sleep. I fall asleep halfway through the sermon and got to play it again the next night so I can keep listening to the stuff that I missed. And it was just over and over and over. But then after a while, I started getting into the rain sounds and other things, and then I stopped listening to the sermons. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely could be a heavy mind trick, could definitely be another form of spiritual warfare from Satan. Now, I don't think I've ever really had nightmares after listening to it. Not saying that every single round, not saying that every single rain sound has curses or these demonic type whispers in them, but I think these spirits can manifest into it without the person actually putting it in there. It may not be someone cursing the actual rain sound themselves, but actually these spirits manifesting into the music, and this is another way of them attacking you in your sleep, outside of already being able to attack you in your dreams. That's just another way that they can enter. So that's, it probably is people out there who put curses in them and upload them. But at the same time, I do believe these spirits can manifest into the sound as well.
So I'm seeing this a lot in my last few videos comment section. A lot of people were saying stuff like they were saying stuff like in the middle of like listening to rain music or bamboo sounds or rain sounds or something like that. In the middle of the actual like 2 hours in, 3 hours in, they will start hearing like whispers. They will start experiencing like weird stuff. They'll start waking up. And guys, what is going on with them is 100% true. When I used to listen to rain music, I could not sleep. I don't know why, but I just could not sleep. No matter how much I tried praying, I could not sleep. So if you guys have issues sleeping and you're listening to these rain sounds, bamboo sounds, stuff like that, please turn off that rain music, bro. You don't know what they're saying while rain music is going on. You don't know what type of curses are being put on you. Please pray. Please ask God for guidance. This is not the same for everyone, you know what I mean? But just really pray about it.
Be careful what videos you're leaving on to go to sleep to. This one lady just had a horrifying experience, and I've known about this for a while, but essentially she was going to sleep to like AMSR videos on YouTube and like rainfall and tropical rainforest sounds, ocean waves, all this white noise stuff. And she said she kept having these nightmares like crazy. And she woke up at the 3 hour mark, she was having a nightmare, and she woke up, the video was on like 3 hours, and it was a person whispering demonic chants. They were literally whispering like this creepy, and there were still like the white noise tropical things on, but somebody had hidden 3 hours into like a 7 hour, 8 hour audio file, these like demonic whispers and chants. Now, one, this would creep me out because I don't think in my tired brain after a nightmare I would realize it was coming from the YouTube video at first. I think I'd freak out and think it was coming from the room. But people are weird and sadistic, and they like to slip this stuff in there. you got to be careful when you leave your kids with something too, because there is a whole channel that actually got shut down where they were slipping in tons of inappropriate jokes, like 20 and 30 minutes into these long form videos, because the first 20 to 30 minutes seem so wholesome and innocent. So our daughter, when she was little, like less than a year old, she liked these like little nursery rhyme videos, and it would teach them how to count, and it was very peaceful. I don't like that overstimulating stuff. So this show was very peaceful at teaching them how to count. Well, somebody made a mimic account of it. And like 25 minutes in, it was still the video. So like if I was listening as a parent, it sounded normal still. But they were showing photos of people who had been blown up in World War II and pictures of the Holocaust and like tons of just really dark imagery. And they're just like standing on the screen holding up these photos of all this awful stuff while they're playing like Gullah Gullah Island in the background. And I was like, whoa, luckily she had fallen asleep and didn't see this stuff. But it's just, there is so much stuff that is after you subliminally right now in like flash imageries. There was another show that we were watching with her like 2 years later when she was like 3 or 4. And it was like this dance cute video. So we're like dancing in the living room, having fun with her. And all of a sudden I look over at the dance video, and once again they're showing up like it would just blink it real fast, this awful Momo demon thing. It was crazy. And so you never know what's out there, and I know people have known about this for a while, but that lady's story was so great I had to come on here and share.
Yep. And that's definitely something you have to worry about with the little ones as well. That goes back to the video I did on my main channel a while back about that cult, that online cult that was like attacking kids through I forget that game that's like huge amongst little kids and stuff. But that's very true, man. It's actually insane because they're pitting it halfway through these 8, 9 hour rain videos, because more than likely you're gonna be asleep. You're gonna be asleep by the time these little chants or whoever decided to curse this video, or if these spirits manifested into it, they're gonna wait until you're asleep. You're gonna hear it if you're up. More than likely, if you're tired, within 30, 40 minutes, you sleep. And now that rain video, I've done it. The rain video is playing for the next 4 hours right next to you while you sleep. I've literally went to sleep and woke up 3, 4 hours later and turned it off because it was playing the whole night. Or sometimes I've woken up and my tablet or something just cut off by itself because the video finished. The whole 7 hours, I'm knocked out. The video finished. So you just never know what is actually, and sometimes you'll get on those real popular rain videos. There's 100,000 people listening to the same video. So imagine the subliminals, imagine things that you could pop into that, or that you could upload through that sound that's, like kind of like how they were back masking music and stuff. Imagine that you have a lot of ears. You have a lot of portals listening to that rain music at night. Talking about 100,000 people. I've seen it. 70,000 people listening to rain at night because their channel is live, is playing the music live. Definitely something we got to watch out for, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. All right. I'm out.